Hey, it's Julie at Love's Beginning with a talk called Look Under the Gift Wrap. And today it's the day after Christmas, so there's been a lot of gift wrap around here and discovery and delight with what the kids find underneath. So, that this is playing on that same theme. And when I say you, when I'm sharing the statements that were given to me as an outline, it's me. It's for me. So I'm just taking you with me as I look at things and learn. But if it resonates for you, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And your path lights up for you perfectly. So all is as it should be. So the first statement given to me is, as you learn and unlearn, you come deeper into the realization that to withdraw into the perceived safety of separate self is to withdraw into the commitment to seeing and experiencing death. That seems kind of grim, huh? But it's helpful for me to have the grim pointed out to me, because what I can do, I'm not capable of judging anything except for one thing: my own feelings. And so if I really perceive the usefulness of that and really remember in every situation in which I feel off or I have a question, my own feelings are key. And my own feelings, I used to think I couldn't focus on them and have to focus on somebody else's feelings. But after learning about projection and extension, either I'm projecting illusion on everything I see and experience, or I'm allowing love to extend through everyone and everything. Those are the two settings I can have. Ever since I learned about that, when I think of the concept of someone else's feelings, I can see how fear would tell me, oh, they're feeling this. How ego would tell me, the other person's feeling that way, therefore, and it's not real compassion, it's more fear. So I do focus more on what I feel now, because I can see how fear has been guiding me in my interpretation of how someone else feels. And I used to think, well, it's compassion, but it's not compassion if I stand on a platform of trying to be the compassionate one while I think somebody else isn't the compassionate one. That's a shaky, shoddy platform. So that's why the focus is on how I feel. And when I feel disquiet, it's the reminder that I turned away from what is real, the only thing that is real, on purpose, to experience illusion, so I could have the experience of being believably real as separate. And therefore, if I show up as a separate one, what comes paired with that is the experience of death. And if you have the reincarnation perspective, as I do, at least for right now, until it's appropriate for it to fall away, then you might also have the sense that I have done this over and over and over again, not knowing what I'm doing. And it seems in this lifetime, oh my goodness, finally I see what I've been doing. And I see in every moment of disquiet I have, and by the way, it's never been a real doing. It's been a focus of the mind that brings perceived experience. A focus of the mind that brings perceived looping, repetitive experience. And you do start to feel done, and then you ask the questions, not just about the personal life, but about what and how do I stop it? How do I let it go? How do I allow peace to come to everyone and everything? Because I know peace is what we are, and peace inevitably returns to us. So what role can I play in allowing this to come faster? Because we do have a say in that part of it. If you're blocking out love, which I am, I'm blocking out love, you do have a say in, am I going to stop now? Or am I going to try to keep blocking it out and maybe, and perceived later in time, think I'm going to do it then? Because there are only the two settings, blocking love or allowing love. So when I feel any disquiet to be shown that I'm withdrawing into the separate self, and to notice that I do withdraw into the separate self as a defense, and to judge anybody else, to make any definitive statement about anybody else while I'm thinking I am better or worse than that someone else, or while I am thinking that someone else is better or worse than that first person I'm talking about. All of that is a withdrawal into separate self, and the withdrawal into the perception of separate self is the commitment to seeing and experiencing death. Again, I want to judge that and say, gosh, that sounds dire. Why am I even talking like that? But I have to see the dire. I have to see my involvement in death. I have to see death as an illusion, not as an inevitability. The only inevitability is the full return of peace and love. That's the only thing that's inevitable. Death is a perception that we eventually agree to drop because it's always been pointless. So I have to be shown the grim to know the grim is a choice I made, and also to know that the grim is not, cannot be, and never has been real. And so to be shown the grim and the nature of the grim is a service. So I appreciate that. Now, at first I might want to freak out. Like, I attach to the grim and I keep experiencing the grim on purpose because I don't know any better and it's all on me. Yes. Yes. But all the help in the world is here to assist me as I allow my mind to clear and as I allow myself to remember the power of blessing in every moment that we all have, the power of allowing the extension of love that we all have. So those are beautiful things to discover. That's what's under the gift wrap. Some appear to have many skills and advantages that help them gain approval, resources, and ease in the world perceived. Others seem to have comparatively less. This is illusion. As each one is right now, each one is fully equipped to blossom into expansion out of the perception of separate identity, and each one is deeply helpful to all as the blossoming happens. So this came through to help me stop comparing people and to help me stop deciding one has an advantage where another doesn't have an advantage, or I have an advantage that somebody else has, or somebody else has an advantage that I don't have, to help me drop all this thinking, all that attachment to that whole perspective, the separation perception. And as it helps me do that, to help me see everybody is perfectly placed and I have no means to judge them. I'm not capable of judging them. And I am so accustomed to judging them, judging you and me and everything and everyone, that I get help in seeing it's not necessary. And everyone, as I perceive them, is equipped right now with everything they need to blossom back into the awareness of what we are, and to rejoice in that and celebrate that. So my focus is gently moved over there. If I find I'm focusing on what looks different about us, fortunate or unfortunate, my focus is moved back to see where everybody is fortunate right now. And that's very powerful. I'm coming to see it's very powerful. The ego part of me would say, you can't ignore problems. If there are problems out there, you have to solve them and help people and be there for people in the right way. Well, I'm coming to see that inspiration takes care of all perceived problems, but I can't be open to inspiration if I'm not in the place where I see that all have seeming particular advantage, that is actually equal advantage, that serves all in some way right now. If I can't see the benefit that is open to everybody right now, if I can't see that no one is blocked from the benefit of the peace that is here for everybody right now, regardless of their seeming conditions or advantages or disadvantages. So if I want inspiration to come and flow through me and seem to participate in taking care of the problems I see, I have to be in the place of blessing, not judging. Okay, and then the next one is just look under the gift wrap. Because if I am looking at the gift wrap, at the surface, and judging it relentlessly, which I still do, and I also think I see you do it too. Whether you're somebody I just bumped into and know very little about, or whether you're someone who's regarded as an advanced spiritual teacher, I can still look at you and think, you're judging. And that means you don't know squat about anything. That's a judgment. I mean, this is a very, very, very silly loop. Very silly loop. And it's just the gift wrap. It's just the surface. So if I stop to look underneath it and stay there where the gift is, where the equal light is, then inspiration will come there and guide me simply, happily. And as we learn about this, we prefer that, and we go with that flow. Okay, next is if somebody or something comes in to disturb the peace, it only disturbs the fake surface of peace to which you cling. This fake surface is tension and fear. Real peace has never been disturbed, and real peace is always accessible to all. So this makes me think of Christmas photos that I've been taking. I felt inspired to take certain photos of my family around Christmas and to share those. So I did, but there's also in the back of my mind, like, am I trying to present a surface? Do people try to present a fake surface? What do my photos do? And, I'm not even capable of judging that, but some little nugget comes up, some questioning, and I know, well, whatever comes up, if I stay open, stay in gratitude, it'll get resolved. I have more and more faith in that. But the funny part about this is just after I took a picture of my daughters by the fireplace, the damper shut by itself, and all the smoke started pouring in, and we couldn't figure it out at first, then we got it open, but by then there was quite a bit of smoke in the house, and we had to throw open all the doors, all the windows, and it still smells like a campfire in here. And it was funny. It was it was also a little disconcerting because it never happened before, and we couldn't quite understand what was happening right at first, and the heat was so intense that it melted some tinsel that was hanging right above the right down just a little bit from the mantle, but everybody was fine, and we worked together to respond to it. And I don't know what the lesson is there. It just felt like it was helpful somehow. It came in to disturb our peace, but it can only disturb the fake surface of peace to which we cling. So if something comes in to disturb me, it's helpful because it's going to shake me out of a pattern that I've gotten comfortable in. And if I seek my comforts from thought patterns that lead to the repeated experience of death, then give me an experience that helps me out of those patterns. I appreciate that. And I had another experience last night, actually. I thought something was on one date and it was on another date, and I showed up for it and there was nothing happening. And so how it turned out was I got a quiet ride, in the van to my destination, I sat there for a while realizing I have the wrong date. And then I drove home. So I got some quiet. That was okay. But it disturbed my sense of what was going to happen. And I'm starting to appreciate it's good when it's disturbed. It's good when I don't know. It's good when I know that I don't control things in the sense of personal control that I'm accustomed to, and that fear would tell me I have to have for things to go well. To be able to let go of the sense of personal control is that's a gift. That's very beautiful, because it helps me relax into what is here for all of us, and to see that it's here for all of us, and therefore to be able to relax, because whatever's open to me, whatever peace or blessing is open to me, is open to everybody right now. And that's always a very beautiful thing to see. Okay, and then last, if somebody or something seems to play the role of fireball in your drama, you needed that shaking awake to understand that you are clinging to fake peace, peace that depends upon conditions. Learn to focus upon real peace, and all conditions take care of themselves. Yes, so here's what's a fireball in my drama. When I hear talk about vaccine passports, that's a trigger for me. And I just feel so confused and defensive. And what else? Why is that such a trigger? I'm not really supposed to analyze things and believe I've come up with the answer, but I'm just trying to walk through this, understanding what I feel, noticing what I'm thinking, allowing the thinking to go, and just being blessed because I'm allowing the flow to carry me, and therefore I'm able to see that the flow carries everybody else too. And anything we need to do or say, we will do. So when I'm looking over there at the idea of vaccine passports or people being, I don't know, blocked? I know I can only block myself. But when I'm not seeing that, when I forget, and I think that something out in the drama can block somebody, or when I think that somebody else in the drama thinks someone's so dangerous that they have to be blocked, it's the reflection of my own fear to which I still cling for safety. I experience this every day. There's not a day where I don't notice. And it's just my invitation to let any of that stiff and personally controlling thinking I have to go. It's okay if I see a reflection seemingly in the world that helps me let go of it. And the reflection, if I walk up to a pond and I see my reflection in it, I'm never afraid that the reflection is going to hurt me. But if I listen to news or listen to people talking, I will become afraid that the reflection is going to hurt me or somebody. It's going to block or limit me or somebody. And so just to be able to calm and see that illusion, reflection of the contents of the mind, the reflection doesn't hurt. The reflection actually helps. It helps us notice how we're feeling. It helps us notice what we're thinking. It escorts us into the willingness to allow the thoughts to go that are not genuinely helpful for any of us. So, looking under the gift wrap of something that looks threatening, or something that looks like it blocks somebody, there's always a gift there. And the gift is always mind clearing. And when mind clearing happens, we can just relax into what is here for us and know more and more. For me, it comes paired with knowing that what is here for me is here for everybody. And that's the true blessing. It has nothing to do with what the surface looks like, with what talents or possessions or advantages people seem to have or don't have. The gift that's here for me is here for everybody. So giving thanks for that and wishing you well. Happy learning, happy unlearning, happy healing, happy remembering all the things that are here for all of us. And may we all remember to look under the surface together.